Hi travellers, and welcome to this week's edition of my selection of more than 20 road trip stops between Cairns and Cooktown. Note that last year I featured some individual videos and I'll have them linked in the description below. The purpose of today is to summarise and help you choose your stops before delving into more in-depth information on them. This road trip direct is only a few hundred kilometres and generally takes about 4 to 5 hours to complete. But with all the stops and things to do, you can easily spend 1 to 2 weeks travelling. What highlights today is exploring one of the biggest tourist areas of Australia, the meeting of 2 UNESCO World Heritage listed areas, several stunning national parks, the larger towns servicing your accommodation needs, and a number of swimming spots. So let's get started with the list. Of course, today we will begin from Cairns, a city in North Queensland and conveniently known as an international gateway. If you're seeking adventure and hoping to discover all that Australia has to offer, Cairns is a must-see destination. It's also one of the primary locations for visiting the stunning Great Barrier Reef and features numerous activities and attractions suitable for travellers of all ages. Cairns is a vibrant city with something for everyone, from foodie experience when walking the streets to chasing stunning waterfalls and swimming in clear waterholes. Kuranda is a popular choice for discovering the rainforest, while also giving you the opportunity to take an old school train journey up the mountain. Or maybe stepping into the Skyrail gondola instead. In Cairns itself, you could check out the Reef Ferris wheel, venture through the botanical gardens, walking the esplanade for an afternoon sunset, or swimming in the lagoon. With so much to choose from, you'll probably need to spend at least a few days here. As you head further north from Cairns, we start to venture in as what is known as the Great Barrier Reef Drive. This is a 140-kilometre journey that stretches from Cairns to Cape Tribulation, featuring some of the country's most spectacular coastline. Surprisingly, you can do this drive in a day from Cairns, but it's much better to take your time and enjoy it over a couple of days. The road hugs the coastline, providing breathtaking ocean views. There are plenty of charming little towns along the way, as well as luxury resorts and beachside villas. You're also lucky to be among not 1 but 2 UNESCO World Heritage listed sites, including the oldest rainforest in the world. As for what things you'll see, well, let's see some of these now. Local people prefer Trinity Beach among all the beaches near Cairns. It has the same beauty as other beaches located on the Coral Coast, but offers a more relaxed and informal atmosphere with sophisticated surroundings. Most people at Trinity Beach are locals who live in the residential area behind the beachfront esplanade. And in recent years, there has been an increase in the number of self-contained holiday apartments and resorts developed along the beachfront, some of which that are luxurious. Tourists are drawn here to escape the big city life and unwind beside the beach. The next stop is Palm Cove, and very similar to Trinity Beach, but more known. It's another picturesque beachside village located approximately 30 kilometres north of Cairns. You'll admire its stunning resorts and chic restaurants. If you're seeking some R&R, Palm Cove is known as the spa capital of Australia and offers various types of massages, so treat yourself to some relaxation. Palm Cove is a top vacation spot because of the abundance of amenities it offers. The beach, located in the north, provides picnic tables and free barbecues for visitors, and a jetty that caters to boats going to Double Island. On the southern end of the esplanade, you'll find the famed cobblestone path. The path is a tourist attraction that contributes to Palm Cove's reputation as one of the best beaches in Queensland. As you make your way further north, make sure you stop by Ellis Beach, as it's a beautiful spot that's easy to miss. The road runs along the ocean, with lush rainforest-covered mountains on one side and the magnificent Great Barrier Reef waters on the other. Although you might only have a short time, take the opportunity to check out both sides of the beach. The north features stunning palm trees, while the south has great fishing spots. There are also a few small shops and accommodation options in the area. Balancing Rock Beach has become a popular tourist attraction despite it being an environmentally unfriendly collection of rocks. While I'm on the subject, it should be noted that positioning more rocks in this manner on your visit is prohibited due to the negative impact on the wildlife and the beach itself. While I do not encourage adding to the collection, walking around the area does give a very surreal experience. Located 40 kilometres north of Cairns, we have Rex Lookout. It is a great lookout spot on the road to Port Douglas and brilliant for photos. From this elevated point, you can admire stunning views from the beach, ocean and the coastline. With some luck, you might even witness hang gliders taking off, although we unfortunately didn't see any on our visit. Next up, we have the Thala Beach Nature Reserve, which is a picturesque paradise that boasts hundreds of coconut palm trees and is situated amidst lush greenery. The reserve is easily accessible via a short drive off the main Captain Cook Highway and is highly recommended for anyone on this Cairns to Cooktown Road Trip. Feel free to explore the farm at your own pace and take as many photos as you like. If you view the farm from a drone, you can see the rainforest mountains in the distance, which are fairly close to the coast. Over the years, the farm has become a popular place for taking those Instagram-worthy photos and also very easy to visit. We now reach the Mowbray River footbridge, where you should be cautious and on the lookout for crocodiles. It can be accessed quickly from the main highway, but during low tide it is an excellent spot to observe the saltwater crocodiles lounging on the muddy banks in the distance. If you're travelling north, you will find the car park and entrance on the bridge southern side. Our next major town would be Port Douglas, which you could easily spend a few more days here. This is a beach town located in tropical North Queensland and famous for its luxurious resorts and fantastic dining options. Port Douglas is a wonderful destination. You can hop on a boat and see the outer Great Barrier Reef and snorkel some of the best underwater sights from a conveniently positioned pontoon. Apart from that, you can take a sunset sail or visit a wildlife habitat. Or you can hike along the boardwalk and the coastal headland to check out one of Australia's top beaches. This is called 4 Mile Beach. Now we get to Mossman Gorge, a stunning natural attraction, and it's just 20 minutes drive from Port Douglas. You can spend a whole day exploring the gorge or visit for a quick stop if you're short on time. Note that cars are not always permitted, so you must begin at the information centre to catch a shuttle bus into the gorge. Once inside, you can enjoy the beautiful crystal clear rock pools, which are just perfect for swimming. You can keep your sense of adventure going by using the hiking trails to the lookout points and walking across the suspension bridge. While you're there, keep an eye out for the Ulysses butterfly. If you're lucky, you might just see one. You can also participate in the guided tours that teach you about the local Aboriginal tribe in the gorge. If you want a more fast-paced adventure, there are tours running to a different section of the Mossman River for the Drift Snorkeling Tour. Start off by getting suited up and braving the crisp waters. You're given a flotation device and directed down different sections of the river. These can be fast-paced and running down some small rapids, or drifting slowly through the calm forests. Not only that, but you're given a snorkel and get to check out what's underneath and the fish life contained within the river. I love the tour and it's suitable for all ages, as long as you have general mobility. The Daintree Village is a place famous for its saltwater crocodiles that are located on the south side of the Daintree River. There are many cruises available for spotting wildlife, birds and crocodiles, which run regularly throughout the day. During our journey, we took one of these cruises, which was a fantastic way to witness these dangerous crocs in their natural habitat. The boat was comfortable and the guide knowledgeable on the area and damn good at spotting those crocs. Note that while you can spot them during any trip, I recommend visiting on a sunny day and at low tide to increase your chances of seeing them. While there are inland roads driving from Cairns to Cooktown, if you continue travelling along the coast, you'll need to pay for a ferry to get to the other side of the Daintree River. It enables travellers to drive from Cairns to Cape Tribulation through this UNESCO heritage site. The ferry runs daily from 5 AM to midnight, crossing the Daintree River in about 5 minutes. But keep in mind that queues to board and depart can get busy. Took us around 30 minutes overall, but wait times can be way longer. Once you cross the river, you're now on the northern side of the Daintree National Park. It's a serene and beautiful UNESCO World Heritage listed park, and it's home to the world's oldest rainforest and offers scenic views of the Coral Sea on the winding roads. Alexandra's Lookout provides stunning views out to the Great Barrier Reef waters. And visitors must try the delicious Daintree fruit ice cream. You should also keep an eye out for the endangered cassowary. Don't forget to stop by the Information Centre for supplies and learn more about the park. You could also join a guided tour to try out the treetop walk out the back. There are plenty of different hiking trails to see, and if you're quiet enough, you'll be lucky to see some unique wildlife. Otherwise, enjoy the ancient plants towering above you. We have reached Cape Tribulation, which is the final stop on our actual Great Barrier Reef drive. We did an overnight stop here before moving on, but I do know some people that stay for longer for relaxing in the rainforest retreats or trying out some of the Great Barrier Reef snorkeling tours. There are a few captivating beaches, lookout points, dense rainforests, and several activities to keep you entertained. Due to the isolation, I found the prices here a little high, and another reason why I only stayed at one night. Now, which way you go from here really depends on the vehicle you're driving. Heading north from Cape Tribulation is called the Bloomfield Track and requires a four-wheel drive only, which is what we chose to do. This was also a shorter route with plenty more to see along the way. If you're travelling in a two-wheel drive vehicle, then you'll need to drive south back through Mossman and onto the Mulligan Highway. Obviously a longer track and less exciting things to see until reaching Cooktown. Since we had the four-wheel drive, I'll be showing you the stops along the coast. While this is only 100 kilometres long, the journey will be slower depending on the conditions and take longer. I think it took us almost half a day to complete, so keep that in mind when trying to schedule it into your journey. It's important to follow the road closure signs and avoid driving the track if it's closed, in order to avoid a ticket and a fine. Our first stop here will be Imogen Creek, which offers a memorable and refreshing swimming experience with its beautiful water and the water-eroded rocks. While the water is clear and cold, it's not likely to be crocodiles, but certainly not impossible in high rainy seasons. If you don't know, then err on the side of caution. While the creek and river crossings are generally easy to navigate, there may be two challenging crossings during wet weather, with Imogen Creek being one of them. After Imogen Creek, the road may become more difficult to navigate, especially after heavy rain, so it's important to plan ahead. If you travel an additional 6 kilometres towards the north, you will reach Cowie Beach. It's worth noting that during our visit the tide was low and there were numerous mangroves and small pools of water around. Although the water might seem inviting during high tide, it's essential to exercise caution and don't go swimming. Previously, the Wurbata Creek was the track's deepest crossing, causing many vehicles to be swept away during heavy rainfall. However, since 2014, the crossing has been upgraded with the bridge. This was done for safety reasons and also to improve social and economic connections between the residents and Mossman Township. The design of the Woobatta Creek Bridge has increased safety for crossing the creek and decreased disruption to the habitat of the common mist frog, an endangered species in the wet tropics. Next, we venture into the Donovan and Cowie ranges and continue driving north. This offers a scenic road trip with rainforest-covered ranges. There are some steep gradients on the range, so be prepared for these steeper climbs and descents while on the track. Concrete slabs have been added to the steepest parts to improve traction, but they may still be slippery if wet. Certain uphill areas lack concrete and gravel, which can make it difficult to travel on the muddy clay surfaces. If you want to know in more detail how difficult the Bloomfield track is to drive, then I'll link a blog in the description below. After travelling approximately 33 kilometres, you'll reach the Bloomfield River. Please note that there are alcohol limits in place for this community, so be mindful of the restrictions if you plan to stop in town. When you get to the falls, there appears to be two routes to reach it. We took the one path while ascending and used the other one to return, but it really doesn't matter and you can take either. The pathway is rocky and the ground is uneven, so be cautious. However, you will be able to hear the falls from the starting point of the pathway, and it takes only a couple of minutes to view it. You can choose to appreciate the falls from a distance or, depending on the water level, climbing over the rocks to get closer. The Bloomfield Falls hold cultural significance for the local Aboriginal community, who have been custodians for this area for a long time. From here, the roads become less challenging and we reach the Lion's Den Hotel, which marks the end of the Bloomfield track. In fact, if you have a two-wheel drive vehicle, you can veer off the highway a short distance and drive here too. The hotel was built in 1875 from timber and iron and sits among a tropical rainforest setting. There's basic camping facilities, but is more commonly visited for drinks and their famous pizza for lunch. We tried the chicken and bacon pizza, which was delicious. Additionally, visitors have been leaving their marks for years with markers, stickers, business cards, and even clothing. The pub also has a souvenir store in the back where they sell the Lion's Den merchandise. Before reaching Cooktown, we'll make a quick stop at the Black Mountain National Park. The mountain is made of black granite rocks which are stacked on top of each other, creating a stunning sight. However, it's crucial to be careful as there could be snakes in the cracks between the rocks. Also, the rocks can get very hot under direct sunlight, so take a quick photograph and then head towards Cooktown. Cooktown is a lovely small town situated on the shores of the Endeavour River in far North Queensland. It's about 472 kilometres away from Cairns by road and is surrounded by thick green rainforest and rugged mountains. Although the town offers clear blue skies throughout the year, it's known to be very windy. Cooktown has various interesting activities you can enjoy, including learning about Captain James Cook in the museum and exploring the town's natural beauty from the Grassy Hill Lookout. You can spend some time walking the esplanade and checking out everything along the way. This includes the water park and the musical Ship, which was popular with the kids. There is also the steps, which were built for the Queen's visit in 1970. The James Cook statue and the Anzac Memorial Park. Heading further out of town, you have Isabella Falls and somewhere safe for swimming to cool off from that summer heat. Well, that's it. There's my complete list, but if you do need some more detail, click here for my Cairns and Port Douglas videos. Otherwise, you can check out the list I have in the description below.